Hello there. Welcome back to Love by Design. This is the platform where we explore all of the energetics when it comes to dating, to relationships, and conscious love. And we do this through the lens of human design. If this is your first time, well, I want to say a warm welcome. And if you're returning, well, thank you for coming back and hanging out with me. My name is Joan. And today we're going to be diving into one of my favorite topics when it comes to human design. And I'm hoping that it's going to click something into place for you. And the topic today is going to be about definitions in human design and how understanding them can change the way that you love, the way you connect, the way you relate, and even the way you communicate. Because here's one thing I've learned about human design. No one's too needy, no one's too independent. We're all just designed differently. And that is the beauty of human design and why I'm so obsessed with it. Once I learned about this definitions, it honestly changed everything about how I saw myself in love, and it maybe taught me a few lessons about some of the shadows that I was here to overcome. So let's dive right in. What in the world is definition in human design? Well, definition is how your energy centers connect, or don't, actually, inside of your human design chart. So it's the way that energy flows through you, right? How you process information. And when it comes to relationship, it's how you bond energetically. So this explains why some people crave closeness all the times, right? So they seem like the needy ones, while others are good. They're a little bit independent and need space to recalibrate. They like to be on their own. They like to be autonomous. We're all different. So the 5 main types of definitions in human design are the single, the split, the triple split, the quadruple split, and then the no definition, which is reserved for our beautiful reflectors. Each of these definitions carries a completely different rhythm when it comes to love. And when you start seeing connection through energy, not through expectation of everybody needs to be the same way, you will find that everything within you and within the others that you relate with starts to soften. So let's talk a little bit about these 5 definitions. So we'll start with the first one, which is the single definition. This is the self-contained lover. So single definition people, as it might sound, they are whole within themselves. So their energy flows smoothly and it doesn't need any bridging. They're good all on their own, right? So they process things internally and they're able to move through life in a steady, self-sufficient rhythm. They don't need others to feel complete, but they choose to connect because we're all humans and we are here to connect. So I've personally been attracted to a lot of single definition men. I don't know why. And the truth is, for me, I always found their independence extremely attractive. They always seemed so grounded, so calm, so content in their own world, while me as a split, I'm here trying to connect all the time. So I always wanted to share, to connect, to talk, to be in this space. And sometimes they just wanted to be on their own. They just wanted to process and do life on their own. And imagine how it made me feel. I felt, okay, he doesn't want me. He doesn't love me. And I told myself all of these stories, but it's not true because him being a single definition doesn't mean he was detached or unavailable or not interested. No, he's just designed to be self-contained. And geez, when I understood this and I stopped taking it personally, I could now appreciate how some people are just created that way, where they just have this steadiness and self-sufficiency about themselves, which can be a beautiful thing for the rest of us to learn from. So as with everything in human design, there's always the shadow and then there's the gift. So in the shadow state of the single definition, like as you can imagine, it can sometimes seem emotionally distant, right? Or too independent, too self-sufficient. And then the other person is wondering, so where do I fit in your life? Like, where's the room for me? There's no space. You got it figured out, right? So in the shadow, it might come across as that. But in the gift side of things, it teaches all of us autonomy, right? It has this grounded presence where it's not constantly grasping for something outside of them. So it is a beautiful gift to have. So that's the single definition. And then we'll move on to the split definition. So this is the bridge seeker. That's me. And this is something that I have felt all my life, always needing to be completed. So the split definition means that you have two separate areas in your body graph chart and they don't communicate, right? So when you meet someone who bridges that gap, your body literally lights up. It's like, finally. And that is usually just the chemistry. That is that initial spark, that fire, because now you're all lit up because you've met someone who is now bridging your human design body graph. And trust me, I have felt this one very, very deeply. It's like an octopus. It's just like, boom, I just latch onto them and it's like, woo, where have you been all my life? So for me, every time I met somebody who was able to be a bridge, I felt alive. I felt seen. I felt finally whole and complete. And it can be very, very intoxicating, but it's also very dangerous, right? Because it can make you feel that they complete you. So without them, you're incomplete. There's something missing. You're not enough. And that was one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn, where the connection was electric, but I just found that I constantly needed them. I wasn't dating from wholeness. I was dating from this sense of lack, this sense of not being complete on my own. And that's been my biggest love journey. So bridging energy isn't completion. It's a reflection. Relationships are mirrors. It's not to complete you. So in the shadow, it's this feeling of constantly being incomplete, where you constantly need somebody to feel like you're whole. That's the shadow. But in the gift, it is learning how to be a self-bridge. So how to self-bridge on your own and now be whole so that you can be an embodiment of wholeness, and you can date from that perspective. You can date from true self-love because you feel complete by yourself. You don't need a partner to complete you. You just need a partner to complement you. And then we have the triple split. This is the flow seeker. So triple split people process energy in 3 distinct areas. They need movement, they need variety, they need different environments to feel integrated. I met a guy not too long ago and he's a triple split. And wow, it was a whirlwind. Like, he was magnetic, he was spontaneous, he was always on the move. Our connection would spark intensely. It would be so on fire, and then crickets. He would disappear and then he'll come again, in and out, hot and cold. And I was like, what in the world? And at first I just like, okay, this is one of those avoidant people. He's inconsistent. But then, one day I asked him for his birth data and I pulled his chart and I saw he was a triple split, and I was like, this is how his design works. His design needs flow. He connects in bursts. He connects with multiple people. It's not necessarily consistent. So for me, where it's like, I just need one person to bridge me, the triple split, they need multiple people. But it doesn't mean multiple partners. It just means that they need different people for different areas of their lives. So in the shadow, this is that triple split person feeling like, oh my God, nobody understands me. One person is not enough. I need multiple people. I ebb and I flow. I come across as inconsistent. And that's just the way the energy flows. So that's the shadow. But in the gift, imagine it could bring a variety of excitement. It could bring different experiences to the relationship, and it could help your love even evolve. So triple split has its shadows because it's largely misunderstood, but it also has its gifts. And then we have the quadruple split. So this is pretty rare, and this is the deep diver. So they need a lot of time. They need multiple perspectives. They don't make decisions in a rush because they need to connect all of their pieces together. So sometimes they can seem like they're very slow to open up, but the truth is when they actually do, it's pretty deep and it's pretty profound. They thrive in stable long-term relationships with patience and depth. You've got to give them time to get there. So if you're with a quad, trying to rush into intimacy, it'll just make them run away. They'll just retreat. But when they feel safe, then their love is really grounded and loyal. So in the shadow stage, the quad may appear emotionally slow or disconnected. They might look like avoidance. Okay, these ones are not ready to commit. They don't know what they want. They're taking their time. What are they waiting for? That's just a shadow. In the gift, these are the people who are masters of presence, masters of patience, and masters of steady devotion, because they take their time to get there. And when they get there, boom, they're there. And then finally, we have the no definition folks. These are the reflectors, the lunar lovers. So reflectors have no consistent definition. They reflect the energy of whoever they're with. Their love life is literally a mirror of their environment. So in relationships, they become the emotional temperature gauge, right? They show you what's working, what's not working, because they're constantly reflecting back to you whatever is going on in the relationship and with you and with life in general. So in the shadow, a lot of reflectors end up losing themselves in other people's energy because that's who they are. Right? But in the gift, this is about showing love what it truly is. Because again, remember, reflectors are the mirrors. So they can really show what the relationship is, what's going on, and reflect back to the other person. And that could bring a lot of wisdom and a lot of ways for the relationship to evolve. So those are the 5 different types of definitions in human design as it relates to relationship. So what does this all mean for you? Well, when you understand your relationship definition, everything in your love really starts to make sense. At least it did for me. So you stop blaming yourself for needing more closeness, which was me as a split, or you stop judging yourself or your partner for needing more space, because you realize that it's all energetics. So single definition, they need autonomy. Split definition, they need bridging and intimacy. Triples and quads, they need flow and space, and reflectors need alignment and the right environment. So this is not about we're not compatible, or no, it's just your design. Love stops being this tussle, this tug of war, when you really start seeing that it's all energetic. It's all about this sacred dance of energy, and it's really perfect and beautiful. So here's what I want you to reflect on this week. Look up your definition. If you haven't pulled your chart, go. I'll put the link in the show notes. You can go ahead and pull up your chart and just have a look at what your definition is. And then ask yourself, how do I naturally experience connection? Are you this self-sufficient person? Are you constantly needing somebody to complete you? Do you find that you need multiple people to feel like whole and complete? Or do you just reflect back? So you just, based on who you're with, that's who you are. How do you naturally experience connection? And then I also want you to think about where you may have made yourself wrong for needing what you needed, because society may not agree with that, or it might not be a popular opinion, where it's like, okay, if you need closeness, then you're dependent, you're codependent, you're too needy, right? You're too clingy, when it's just by design. So what are some areas that maybe you truly desire to be loved, but may have been told there's something wrong with you? Okay. And then the third one I want you to reflect on is, how can you communicate this realization, this truth about you, when you're with someone, so that they understand that this is how you're designed. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. It's just the way the energy flows within you, so that they can appreciate and understand how you are designed to love. So if you're dating, I want you to also look up their definition too, because it will help both of you, right? So you can see where your energies might be different or where they're the same, and you can navigate it with that awareness without having this expectation that everybody should be like you, or that everybody is designed to be the same way. And that way you can start to really honor each other and really hold space for each other to grow. I love human design. If you don't know that by now, I'm sure you're starting to get. I love human design because it just makes everything simple. It allows you to be who you were designed to be. It allows you to start honoring who you truly are. So you're not trying to be this be in the sea of sameness where we're told that everybody needs to love and be loved the same way. No, you are being true to who you are, and now it's about resonance. Who are you resonating with that is aligned to your design? So next time that you're wondering, why do I love the way I do? Well, remember, it is your design, your body knows, and it is perfect for you. If this episode resonated with you, then share it with a friend, share it with someone that might be struggling in their own dating journey. Maybe they've been attracting the wrong people, or maybe they've been showing up the wrong way, and they just need their permission to be themselves, how they're truly designed to show up in love. And if you haven't downloaded your blueprint, go ahead and download it and start to understand how you are designed to love. Because on this podcast, we date by design. We do not date by default. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Like I said, I love the definitions. It makes so much sense for me. Let me know if you have any ahas, or even just tell me which one you are, and we can dive a little bit more into it. And if you feel called to explore deeper, you want to know more, then I invite you to book a call with me. It's free. Let's do an assessment. Let's see how aligned you are to divine love. I'm always here to help you, and I always I'm here to help you explore more about your human design and what your chart says about your love arc. Until next time, take care of you, and I will see you next week.